William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Last Boleyn, a novel by Karen Harper, read by Melanie Crawley. Part 1. Sweet is the rose, but grows upon a briar. Sweet is the juniper, but sharp his bough. Sweet is the eglantine, but pricketh near. Sweet is the fir bloom, but his branch is rough. Sweet is the cypress, but his rind is tough. Sweet is the nut, but bitter is his pill. Sweet is the broom flower, but yet sour enough. And sweet is moly, but his root is ill. So every sweet with sour is tempered still. That maketh it be coveted the more. For easy things that may be got at will, most sorts of men do set but little store. Why then should I account of little pain, that endless pleasure shall unto me gain? Edmund Spenser. Chapter 1. July the 16th, 1512. Hever Castle, Kent. As she searched back over the span of years to where it all began, her mind always seized upon that golden day at Hever, when she first knew there could be uncertainty, yes, and even fear and pain. They were all so young then. She but 8 years, George a year older, so baby Anne was 5 years that summer. The July day spent itself in golden green caresses for the tiny knot garden and the yew-lined lanes and grassy swards at Hever, but the reverie of that warmth and beauty always paled beneath the darker recesses of memory. Indeed, that was the first day she knew she was to be sent away and used, and that it would make her dear mother most unhappy. The first thing she would recall were Anne's squeals of delight and George's high-pitched tones of command, mingled with the yelps of the reddish-coated spaniel pups, which nearly drowned the drone of bees in the beds of roses and sweet William. The pups were but a 4-month litter from their lady mother's favourite lapdog, Glinda, but George was determined to control them and train them to be his obedient pets. "Stop that! Stop that! You shall bend to my will, you little whelps!" he shouted, with a grown-up edge of impatience to his boyish voice, as he swung smartly at them with a willow switch. They yelped sharply when the stings struck, but continued to cavort and roll about on each other, all silken floppy ears and clumsy paws. "Cease, George! They are too young to be whipped or trained," came Mary's clear voice from the vine-woven gallery where she sat, slightly apart from the scene. She felt growing annoyance from the raucous laughter and pitiful cries of the pups. "They are not hunt hounds, only lapdogs for ladies, so leave them be. Gentleness and love will train them well enough. Leave off, or I shall tell Mother or Samone." The boy turned to face her, a look of disdain clouding his fine features. He put his fists on his hips and stood straight, his eyes squinting in the sun toward her shady bower. "You shall not order me about, Mary. I am the elder, and I am the son, and I already own 3 hounds and 2 falcons, and I shall see service in the King's Court long before you. Father has promised." "Has he now?" Mary countered, for George did annoy her so of late, when he acted as though he were a lord's man or knight already, and not some country lad whose father was always gone to court. "I warrant we all may stay here with Mother at Hever, or maybe Blickling or Rochford, and never see the court at all," she continued. Usually that sort of taunt unsettled George enough to quiet him, but today she hit a different mark. He advanced several swift strides toward her, and as he came into the shade of the arbour, she was startled to see the flush of his
Sample complete. Ready to continue?